in, bless up. Hey, it's time to talk about it, baby. It's time to talk about it. Now, we know Puff did some grimy stuff. We know Puffy, the Riddler, the Diddler, Diddy, he did some grimy things. And we not gonna uphold that. We gonna say this. The man was found not guilty of racketeering and prostitution or trafficking of prostitution or whatever, right? But let's take it a step further. I watched where it says that he's responsible for the death of Tupac and Biggie. And a lot of people are like shocked. Oh my God, do y'all believe what they're saying? Listen, if you from New York, like I'm from New York, but I rest my head in Texas, we been saying this. We been saying that he had them both murked out. We're not shocked, but we also said when it came to the death of Tupac, Suge Knight had a hand in it. We said this, y'all. We been saying this. New York, we've been telling the world that this is what happened. The problem right now is that everybody is on Diddy's head for pause for the trial. Let's talk about some little parts of the trial, shall we? Diddy's guilty of what? Grown up consensual sexual activities. Then Cassie should be guilty of the same thing. He wasn't on trial for domestic violence. If he was on trial for domestic violence, he is guilty as the day is long, y'all. He's guilty. We can't defend that. Let me explain to you. When you sit down and you tell somebody all these things they're gonna go to trial for, and they get off on the two most important pieces of the case, and then you bring in witnesses. That one witness they wanted from Dirty Money, she asked him for 5,000 so she could get her kids back. He said no and then turned around and needed her help. She should have ran him through the ringer then, right? Don Richardson, you're another one. Come on, man, you're an opportunist waiting to happen. Just call it what it is. Everybody's like, did he force this and did he force that? Listen, you could walk away at any point. At any point, walk away. If you willing to sell your soul to the devil for fame, you know it comes at a price. Call it what it is, right? A lot of y'all be like, man, this industry is weird. No, it ain't. It's the same way it's always been. They just magnified it. That's all. You knew so wasn't right when a man's slogan was take that, take that. So he took it. Now, let's hop over here to Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, Mr. I don't believe in snitching, Mr. Many Men, wish death upon me, all of that. Let's switch over here to Curtis Jackson real quick. Curtis, why are you putting the man business out there? Why you doing that, man? You don't got permission to do that, man. Why you out there just snitching like that? Just snitching. And you've been acting like a female for a while, bro. The whole Ja Rule thing. Like at some point you outgrow problems, brother. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's entertaining as it is. We have to look at it like, look at the timing. No celebrity that's locked up has walked in there with a fair trial. R. Kelly's another one. Surviving R. Kelly while the trial's going on. How the hell are you getting a fair deal out of that? No, you should not be allowed to put any documentaries out while they're on trial. That's all I'm saying. Or without their permission. Even though they're a piece of crap people for doing what they're doing, you still got to have some kind of permission. Now, and that wasn't open to the public. What he was recording wasn't open to the public. That was somebody recorded it and sold it to 50. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell y'all, whoever is holding the camera owns the footage. I've learned that. So keep that in mind. It don't matter if you're in it or not. Whoever owns the camera owns the footage. Right? You got to look at like what it is that people are really upset about. Are we upset because Diddy put his hands on Cassie? Are we upset about he got off on lighter charges? What are we upset about? What are people upset about? Why are we not saying Cassie deserves a good portion of this blame? Why everybody's like, oh, she was a victim? No, she wasn't. She was enjoying every minute of it. A victim at some point knows how to get away. A victim don't make the phone calls to the other person to come in and join them every time, even when Diddy ain't around. Now what? Because that's what was said. But when you're sitting down and you're trying to analyze this situation, we can't pick and choose who is a victim and who is a criminal. We can't pick and choose when the victim is doing the same criminal activity as the other person. We can't pick and choose, y'all. We got to hold them both to the same accountability, right? A lot of people are like, man, Carter, you wrong for that. No, I'm not wrong. There's real victims out there. I'm talking real victims who are crying for help, who can't get it, who didn't get paid $30 million to be quiet. I'm talking real victims. What's going on? Good morning. There's real people out there going through real things, and everybody's like, well, she was a victim. No, she wasn't. She got $30 million to chill. And she called on these people after the fact. Now, is Diddy a nasty individual? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, how y'all doing this morning? Good morning. Absolutely nasty. Any man that do the things that we heard that he did with other people, and yeah, he's definitely a nasty creature. But to each their own. But I do not agree, and I will never uphold child molestation of anybody of any kind of any sort. And do I believe that he did something to Q from day 26? Absolutely. Absolutely, I believe that. Do I believe he did something to Justin Bieber? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. I believe he would have got the Usher if it wasn't for his baby mama telling Usher's mom to come get him. We have to look at the realness. And this ain't the only person that has done some things. How come it's taking us so long to see the Epstein files? Don't go in there and move the paperwork that got Trump's name all through it. Don't go move it. We want to see it all. You could get all the paperwork on any other pedophile in the world, but you can't get one on the Epstein. So what happens if we look at it and Trump's name is all through there just doing all kind of willy-nillys with whoever that are underage? Do you prosecute him? Because you got to. You got to. You want to know why they don't want them files to come out? Because rich people that you thought would never do it, judges, senators, lawyers, Congress people, they all in there. They all in there. We thought we gonna talk the truth. Let's talk the truth. Demons have dark eyes. All right. So you have to look at the whole thing. Why are they letting people out of prison because the president signed off? Because they know their own. Man told me, man, you can't talk about the president of the United States, man. You gonna get deported. Man, listen. Where you gonna send me? New York? That's where I'm from. That's as far as my deportation go. I'm a citizen. But let's talk. 50 Cent. 50, you do things that we're proud of. Power. All the albums, everything. But there comes a time when a man has to fall back from nonsense. It comes a time when you gotta say, you know what? Is this really my business? Nah, it's not your business. Not to be out here talking about another grown man. That ain't your business. But he been doing it from the power of the dollar. How they rob. 50 been doing this, y'all. This ain't no new shit. And no disrespect to 50 Cent, because I'm a fan. I respect the hustle. But I'm also a man that says, at what point do we stop nitpicking at the weaker link? Because those people's families still got the right to move on with their lives without you destroying it every chance they get. I heard somebody say, well, how would 50 feel if somebody dove into his past? I mean, how do you dig in somebody's past and tell you everything? He told you about his mama, grandmama, him being shot, his kids, you know what I'm saying? Open book. That's why he do the things he do. Because 50 is an open book. Diddy, you was throwing them parties, man. You was wrong if you was drugging people, man. You was wrong. You was wrong, brother. I'm not gonna sit here and defend it. You was wrong. You was Bill Cosby wrong. You gotta understand, like, you got daughters. And what if somebody treated them like that? I would say you got a mom, but from what I hear, she like that too. You feel me? So understand that we live in a time where people are afraid to do anything. Diddy out there taking the smoke detector alarm out, putting cameras in there, man, without people's permission. Those people should have been suing because you didn't have permission to videotape them without their knowledge. They should be suing. That's all it is. As far as the whole Tupac and Biggie situation, we've been knowing that when Tupac said he was leaving death row, he was dying. To start, I think it was Amir's records or something. And when Puff knew that Biggie was gonna leave after Life After Death album, we knew he was dying. You could hear him when he said, "Hey, we going to Cali, Cali, California Love." We knew when that snippet on the album, we knew Big wasn't coming back. Arrogance equals ignorance. And a lot of people will say, well, if they knew that he was like that, why did they stay? Because contracts say you got to. Contracts say you got to. But are you willing to sell your soul to the devil for success? And that's what a lot of y'all do out there. I do music, so I understand it. I'm not selling my soul for success. Money comes, money goes, but your reputation is what people remember. That's more important than any dollar. More important than any dollar. So y'all think about that the next time somebody tell you to get the baby oil. Y'all remember that when they tell you it's bad boy for life. You know what it means, right? All right, I gotta get to work. Peace.